Hey, Auntie babies, get in here, get in here, get in here. It's time for us to have a little talk, Auntie babies. We got a lot to talk about. How are you doing? Auntie doing just fine. So if you haven't done so, go head on over to TikTok and follow Auntie at pretty_huzzler. That's HUZZLER. Follow Auntie on Instagram at Latrice Brown 53. Follow Auntie on Twitter at Auntie Benoin. And follow Auntie on Facebook at Auntie Benoin. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the Auntie Benoin YouTube channel, my babies, because it costs $0 to support Auntie. So why haven't you done it, my babies? Why haven't you done it? Okay, now you're wasting time. Go ahead and get it done. Because you know if you go ahead and subscribe to Auntie right now, you're going to get a ding when I do my thing. And you won't be the last one to know what Auntie talking about. So, I got my handy dandy notebook and my little drinky drink. And it's time for the tea for today. Okay, let's talk about Ashton Kutcher and some of the little backlash he's facing. Let's talk about why he's facing this backlash. And Mila Kunis, his wife, his woman, is facing some backlash too. And the reason is a LA judge has sentenced that 70s show actor Danny Masterson to 30 years in prison for the rapes of two women. Okay, so he's been sentenced to 30 years for that. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, who were also castmates to Danny Masterson off of that 70s show, they wrote letters to the judge. Provided statements to the judge about Danny's character. Ashton called him a role model, and Miller commented on his exceptional character. Y'all know why people write statements like that to the judge, so they can get a lighter sentence or whatever and everything else. Okay? So Ashton and Miller were among 50 people to have wrote on Danny's behalf, trying to get the judge to lighten his sentence. And the reason why Ashton and Miller are facing backlash about this is because Ashton actually is a co-founder of an organization that helps to stop human trafficking. And the name of the organization is called Thorn. So Ashton, you didn't really think that one through, and I can tell you didn't really think that one through. This man raped two women, and you are the head or co-founder of an organization that helps stop, human trafficking, that helps with that. And you over here writing statements defending a man that raped two women. You didn't think that one through, buddy. You didn't think that one through. And because of the backlash that Ashton has been facing surrounding the controversy of his statement that him and his wife wrote on Danny's behalf, Ashton has stepped down as CEO or whatever. I think he was like a president or something like that. He has stepped down as, the head of that organization. As he damn well should. As he damn well should. That didn't make no sense. That wasn't smart, Ashton. That wasn't smart, Ashton. So this first drink is on you, buddy. That was not smart at all. I don't know what the hell y'all be thinking. Got a whole organization. Child. Let's move on to some more dumb stuff. Y'all seen the videos of this YSL member that was acting crazy so that he can get like a plea for insanity on his charges and stuff like that. He was like acting crazy because he was charged for murdering somebody already, and he was serving his time for murdering that person. Well, he was sentenced again for another murder, and they trying to give him double time. So he was acting like So anytime the judge talked, he was like he was doing like crazy movements and things like that, trying to act like he was crazy. I swear. Y'all, he was trying to act like he was crazy. Y'all, look at this video. I swear. He going out like that. He thought he would go get that extra time by playing crazy. Look at him. He thought he would go get that extra time by playing crazy. Lord Jesus. So the young man's name is Cordarius Dorsey, aka YSL Polo, and he was already currently serving a life sentence for another murder that was also caught on camera. The incident took place in 2019 when Cordarius allegedly shot and killed 39-year-old Jalan during an armed robbery outside of a gas station. Okay, so he was already currently serving time for that murder. They were trying to actually get him and sentence him for another murder that he committed in 2020 for the fatal shooting of Xavier Orlando Turner off of College Park. That crime was also caught on camera as well. Okay, Cordarius was wearing the same clothing as the killer in the footage. He also fit eyewitness descriptions of the assailant. Prosecutors also presented text messages he sent to his friends shortly after the shooting, and he admitted that he had killed someone. I think Cordarius got locked up in 2021, and he got locked up in 2021 for the 2019 killing that he had did. So now they are just now actually getting more evidence on him that he killed somebody in 2022. Not 2022, but he also killed someone in 2020 as well. Okay, because some of y'all gonna take it there. Y'all gonna take it there. So, boy, you ain't never getting out. You ain't never getting out. He was ultimately sentenced to life without parole, plus an additional 55 years for the 2020 killing in College Park. Boy, all that you were doing, trying to get the judge to make it seem like you was crazy, boy, you gonna rot. You gonna rot. Who I feel sorry. I'm gonna take a drink for you because I feel sorry for you. Not only were you stupid enough to do that shit right there and make a fool of yourself, you you ain't never getting out. You will never see the light of day. Oh, you will never see the light of day. Oh, you really gonna act the monkey in there. Oh my God. He was acting a fool, wasn't he? Was it Tourette's? I don't know. But baby, you ain't getting out. Let's take this to Texas for some sad news where an unnamed man ranging in his 30s to 40s has passed away from eating raw oysters. He was infected with Vibrio vulnificus, which the CDC says that it can lead to necrotizing fasciitis or fasciitis, necrotizing fasciitis, aka flesh-eating disease. It's a flesh-eating disease. The man passed away shortly after consuming the raw oysters. Infections like this typically result in stomach pain and diarrhea, which can lead to necrosis and prove fatal in immune suppressed people. But they're not coming out saying that he had any immune suppressed disease, or that he was unhealthy in any type of way. So prayers and condolences to this man's family. That is very sad. I seen a lot of people up underneath this post on Instagram saying like, when is it safe? That's why they don't eat raw oysters and stuff. They don't eat sushi and shit like that. They don't eat nothing raw. They want they shit medium well or well done. But I'm here to tell you, as a Southern gal, I've been living in the South my whole life. I was taught that the best time to eat oysters are when the month has the letter R in them. When the month has the letter R in it, you can eat the oysters. Okay, so from September to April, you good. You can eat the oysters. We are in raw oyster season to eat these oysters. I don't know if the people who are manufacturing the oysters and everything else are not doing what they're supposed to do, as far as the sanitation or whatever of these oysters, or the proper farming of these oysters. I don't know what have you, but this is oyster season from September to April. It's oyster season. So I don't know. I really don't know, but prayers and condolences to his family. Let's go ahead and talk about the 13,000 members of the United Auto Workers Union that have gone on strike against the big three U.S. automakers, which is General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis. Okay, labor contracts have expired, and this is the first time union members have walked out of all three companies simultaneously. Okay, they not the only ones on strike. The writers out in California and everything, they are on strike. Have y'all not heard about it? We've been seeing that the writers and everything, that the people who are writing the scripts and stuff for your movies and everything, they're on strike, and that's been happening out in LA. Well, the Californians have got together and said, yeah, we're striking and everything, and that strike has been going on ever since May. The writer strike has been going on ever since May, and people are losing their houses. They're losing their livelihood because they're on strike, and because they're not getting enough to supplement just having a decent place to live. California has now decided to pass a law that will give unemployment to those people who have been on strike, for those people that have been on strike for longer than 2 weeks. And if y'all have been keeping up with this, like I've been keeping up with this, you will see that this strike has been going on longer than 2 weeks. This strike has been happening since May. People have been losing their houses. You hear me? So, the California Senate voted to grant unemployment benefits to workers on strike. Okay, the bill passed with a 27-12 vote, and benefits will be granted once the strike has lasted at least 2 weeks. And this strike has lasted longer than 2 weeks. This strike has been going on since May, like I said. Okay, so the bill is waiting on approval from Governor Gavin Newsom and will take effect January 1st, just as soon as it, and that bill will go into effect January 1st, just as soon as Governor Newsom approves the bill, which I don't see him not approving it. I don't foresee him not approving this. So, like I said, the Writers Guild, y'all need to be ashamed of y'allself. You motor companies and everything else, for the motors union and everything else, these workers out here, y'all need to be ashamed of yourselves. Y'all need to pay these people what they're worth. Pay these people their money. You're using them, pay them. You're using them, pay them. Stop getting rich off of other people's backs. That's just sad. These people have put in their work, their time, their sweat, their blood, and their tears on these projects, on these vehicles, on this manufacturer. So pay them. Pay them. That's it. Point blank, period. You owe them money, so pay them. Pay up. That's crazy. So let's move on. Let's move on. What's the next thing that we have on the docket? Oh, I want to talk about this trash ass shit. Let's take this to Florida, where Auntie is from. Florida mother and her spouse have been arrested and charged with 4 counts of child neglect. Okay, according to WKMG, the couple was taken into custody after the mother's 15-year-old daughter arrived at school with cockroaches in her book bag and wearing dirty clothes. 37-year-old Samantha Acker and 36-year-old Christopher Rounds were arrested on Tuesday. Okay, this is my issue with this. Okay, this is my issue. Y'all act like there's no poor people in the world, and y'all act like children aren't growing up with poor people. Instead of y'all calling the police and stuff like that on this woman and this man, y'all should have been out here reaching out to them, asking them, is there something else that they can do to help them? Now, if they see that this is just straight neglect on the parents' behalf, yes, by all means, call the law. But if you see that parents are struggling and they just need a little help, they need a little helping hand, why don't you do that? Because now you done subjected this little girl to being taken away from her parents, when she probably was better off with her parents anyway. Y'all really think y'all be helping these kids when y'all be taking them away from the situation that they're currently in? But sometimes you could be taking them out of the pot and putting them right in the fire. Oh, I'm just saying, instead of lending the parents the resources that you guys have, because y'all have some resources where y'all can actually just help some people, because you know some people falling on tough times. Some people falling on tough times out here. So instead of you actually looking at how you can help the parents and assess the situation a little bit better, you immediately called the law and got this girl subjected to be taken from her parents. Now her parents are going to have to be fighting to get her back into the home that they are fighting to keep in the first place, probably. You never know people's situation. Instead of just being so quick to call the law, how about talk to them? Ask them what the fuck is going on? Have you ever thought about that? Like, shit. Prayers and condolences to this family. Period. Because I know what tough times look like. I know what tough times look like. I was raised with a mother, a single mother of 3. She had 3 of us, and she did it by herself. I was raised on the food stamps. I was raised on, sometimes I had to wear clothes back to back because we didn't have money to wash. I was raised up underneath that. I was raised up under watching my mother not eat for days at a time because she had to feed us. I knew the struggle. I come from the struggle. Okay? But thank God ain't nobody called CPS on us. They realized that my mother was a single parent and she had to do this on her own. So they pointed her in the direction of resources that would help her with her situation, with her kids, not take her kids away from her and place them into homes that is probably worse off than hers. Ooh, baby, I could tell you some stories about these foster children. But that's another video, okay, my babies? That's another video. Well, that's all Auntie really had to talk to y'all about tonight in this video. If you go ahead and like and subscribe, like I said, you can get a ding when I do my thing, and you won't be the last one to know what I'm talking about. I'm so happy that you stopped by to check on Auntie and see how she doing and come by for this nice little chat. I'm going to go ahead and drink this because this is the end. I love you, my babies. And welcome, welcome, welcome to my new subscribers. Y'all be safe on this Sunday night. I love you. Bye, my babies.